guys, just going to help you solve some ratio word problems really quick and just talk about ratios in general. So a ratio is a comparison of two quantities. For example, that's 3 to 4. It could be written with a colon. This is a part-to-part ratio. You also could write it as 3 over 4 as a fraction. If it's in ratio language, it's often put in fraction form. That's 3 to 4. This is, again, part to part. That's why I don't like using the fraction version, because most fractions that we've used so far are part to whole, and most ratios are going to be part to part ratios. But that's an example of what a ratio might look like. Now, if two ratios are proportional, it's when they are equivalent to each other. So for example, 3 to 4 would be equivalent to 6 to 8. Because it's the same relative number of 3 and same relative number of 4. Let's say these were cats and dogs. If there are 3 cats for every 4 dogs, that means there are 6 cats for every 8 dogs. Furthermore, that means there are 15 cats for every 20 dogs. How? Well, this was times 2 on the ratio. The multiplier was times 2. To get from here to here was times 5 for both the left and the right side. Now, there may not be an obvious relationship between the 6 to 8 and the 15 to 20, but you can scale a ratio back, kind of like you would simplify a fraction, and get back to its simplest form, and then go back up to other stuff. We'll do that in our unit rates unit. Now, solving these problems. There are 4 cats for every 5 dogs. If there are 16 cats, how many dogs are there? When I am determining what the important stuff is from here. 4 cats is pretty important for every 5 dogs. For every is a really, really key ratio language for every. If there are more highlights, 16 cats, main question, how many dogs are there? So, by seeing that for every language, I'm talking ratios. So, I can start filling in this little table. This is a part to total table for solving ratios. I'll fill in there are 4 cats, there are 5 dogs. From the problem, I know there are also 16 cats. Now, this bottom line isn't actually in the problem, but it's a very useful piece of knowledge. In the basic ratio, if there are 4 cats and 5 dogs, that means there are 9 animals in total in the basic ratio, which means I can fill out the other boxes. If there's 4 cats and that becomes 16, that means the multiplier is times 4. So that means this is also times 4, which makes 20, which means the total is also times 4, which makes 36. Just a quick check to make sure it makes sense. 16 plus 20 does equal 36. So everything rolls that way. Now, I can use all this information to solve any problem that I possibly need. For example, same problem. There are 4 cats for every 5 dogs. If there are 45 animals in total, how many of them are dogs? Ooh, different question. Basic ratio, 4 cats, 5 dogs. 4 cats, 5 dogs. There are 45 animals in total. Now, 4 plus 5 is not going to be 45, so this must be my goal total down here. And I can tell that, okay, well, 4 plus 5 is 9. Right? There are 9 animals in total in the basic ratio. Now, in my modified ratio, there's 45. So this multiplier must be by 5, which means the dogs are by 5, makes 25. Means the cats are by 5, which makes 20. Quick check, 20 plus 25 is 45. My math is all good. My main question here, how many of them are dogs? I can now answer that question. There are 25 dogs. That's how you solve ratio word problems. Have a good one.